Hello and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be testing out a full face of brand new makeup. We have got everything today. We've got drugstore, we've got high-end, we've got from Essence, which is super cheap, but don't miss out on Essence because trust me, they've got some amazing products, all the way up to Charlotte Tilbury and Fenty, which is pricey. So we've got something for everyone's price range in this video. I've got everything. We're doing a full face, so get a snack. It's probably going to be long. If you're not from England, the weather here is usually quite atrocious. Like, it's wet, it's cold, it's rainy, but all of a sudden we've got 2 days of 20-degree sunshine. So I thought today was the perfect day to test out some new makeup, test out doing a bit of a springy, summery, light, fun look for you. I'm very excited to see what you think of the products that I've tried. So if you want to see how I got this look, then just keep watching. If you are new to my channel, hello, hi, I'm so glad to have you here. If you like makeup videos, if you like fashion videos, if you like vlogs, then you should press that subscribe button and stick around because honestly, I would love to have you. And if you enjoy this video, guys, if you could give it a thumbs up, it really helps me more than you can know. I hope you enjoy me testing out these products and I'm looking forward to hearing what you think. So back to past Trina. Okay, so this is how my skin is looking today. I've tried my best to get the lighting right for you. As I'm sure I told you in the intro, it is extremely sunny outside. So if I even open my curtains a little bit, you know, there's a lot of light coming through, so hopefully I've got the lighting right so that you can see sort of the true look of the products on my skin. So you can see my skin is not looking bad. I've got a little bit of redness left over from some blemishes, but overall my skin is looking relatively good. I have super dry skin that tends to get oily throughout the day, which I'm trying to figure out because that's a new thing. I didn't know I could have super dry skin that also gets oily. I'm like, can I not just have one problem at a time to deal with? But on a whole, my skin is in an okay condition at the moment. I do have regular breakouts, but it is quite under control. So just a bit of redness to cover, but nothing major. So the first product that we're going to test out today is the NARS Smooth and Protect Primer. So this just says just apply after skincare, before makeup, small amount all over the skin. So I've never tried a NARS primer before. I'm quite excited to give this a go. So it is a white coloured cream. It's quite thick actually. So let's see what this is like on the skin. It does feel like it's got a little bit of like silicone in it, which I guess will be the smoothing like quality of the primer. Yeah, it does feel like it's going to be sort of quite pore filling. It smells nice. It smells like something. I can't quite put my finger on what it is. You'll know if you've been here before, I'm not a primer girl. I still haven't found a primer that makes me sort of understand primers, but I will not give up because I do get told over and over again that primers are super important. So I will continue to test them. But at the moment, I haven't found like a holy grail primer. I need a primer that is going to make my foundation look glowy and healthy in the morning, but not oily in the afternoon when my skin now apparently gets oily, because then the foundation can start to break up. But yeah, that feels quite nice. It doesn't feel like it's going to be hydrating, which is okay because we're using quite a hydrating foundation, but I'm trying to think if it has filled in any pores. Pores aren't a big issue for me, to be honest. It does look like it's blurred my skin. I'm not sure if that'll pick up on camera, but I do feel like it has blurred it a little bit. But the proof is in the pudding with a primer. We've got to see how it works with all the other products and how it looks throughout the day. So the foundation that I want to test out today is from L'Oreal. It's the Skin Paradise Tinted Water Cream. I am more of a full coverage foundation girl, but I've heard so much about this and I'm having an okay skin day and it is hot outside, so I thought let's not put anything too heavy on my face and give this a go. I've got mine in the shade, what is this? Where does it say the shade? Fair 02. I love that it's got the like water droplets on the packaging. I've heard so much about this, so I'm intrigued to give this a go. So let's have a look at what the shade is like. Looks a little bit dark on the finger. It's not as runny in consistency as I thought it would be, but let's have a look. That looks a little bit dark. It is quite a runny, sort of thin, watery consistency once you sort of rub it in. We'll have to see how that looks on my skin because it does look a little bit yellow and a little bit dark for me, but we'll give it a go. I'm going to go in with a foundation brush because I feel like with how thin this product is, a sponge might soak it up. So let's pop some on my face. This does have SPF 50 in it, which is wonderful. Yeah, that looks rather dark on my skin, but with these kind of products you can tend to get away with them being a bit too dark or a bit too light because they are so sheer. So let's see how it looks once I start to blend it in. So yeah, you can see the colour just blends in quite nicely. It's actually giving me a bit more coverage than I thought. Like, it's taken away a lot of the redness on these blemishes. Let me zoom you in a bit. So it's not covering them completely, but you can see a lot of the redness around the blemish just disappeared. That's nice. Let's see if it does the same on this side. Yeah, okay. So it's not hiding everything, but it is definitely making a difference. Let me just get a mirror so I can actually see what I'm doing. Okay. I mean, we are going in with a concealer afterwards, so the concealer might just cover things up completely, but that is looking nice. Okay, let me blend the rest in and then we'll see how it looks. So this is what it's looking like with the brush. I'm not sure how well it's going to pick up on camera, but I think I'm going to go in with a sponge because it is looking quite dry on my forehead. I never know how well these things pick up, but it's looking quite dry around this area and quite like patchy around my nose. So I'm going to go in with just a little bit more product and a beauty sponge to try and sort of even it all out a little bit. This is meant to quench your skin with moisture and tone up your complexion for a perfecting healthy glow with a natural radiant finish with 24 hours of hydration. So I am expecting that this should work with my dry skin, but so far it isn't looking that great. Like, some of my more full coverage foundations look better in terms of the dryness, which kind of feels like the point of this is that it should just look healthy and glowy, and if it doesn't, like, let me just use one of my more full coverage foundations. But let's give it a chance with the sponge and see what we can do. So I have been able to smooth it out a little bit with the sponge, but there's still quite a lot of dryness around this area. I do usually struggle with this area, but I'd kind of expected that this foundation should be able to cope with it. Yeah, it isn't looking awful, but it isn't looking the best. Like, it probably looks all right on camera, so it probably sounds like I'm being a little bit nitpicky, but if I can get a better looking base with a more full coverage foundation, then that kind of seems a little bit odd to me. I would have thought that this would have been a little bit easier to make work on my skin, but it could be that I'm having a dry day, or it could be the primer. So we'll see how it wears with the rest of my makeup and throughout the day. But I do want to test this out more with like a glowy primer or a hydrating primer, a thicker moisturiser. You can try lots of different things to make a product work, and don't get me wrong, it does work. I just can get better finishes with other products. So it isn't looking awful, but it's not looking the best right now. I will say I am super impressed with the amount of coverage. Like, you can obviously still see my blemishes, but they are very much covered in comparison to how they were before. So I have to give it that. For a tinted water cream, I am very impressed with the coverage. We'll just have to see. Maybe it'll be one that looks better in a few hours, like when my natural oils come out. Maybe it'll look really good then. So we'll withhold judgment, and what I'll probably do is maybe I'll check in a couple of hours just to give you a really quick update on how the base is looking. So onto concealer. I've got a concealer that I have wanted to try for the longest time. It's from Benefit. It's the Boing Cakeless Concealer. I've heard lots of people raving about this. Paige Corrin says it's her favourite concealer, or one of her favourites, so I'm very excited to finally try it out. I've got mine in the shade number 1. And it is just the cutest looking thing ever. It looks like a little pencil. You'll have to excuse my nails. I only did one coat and forgot to do the second one, so it's already like chipping. So we'll ignore them. But how cute is this? So this claims a lot. I'm not gonna lie, it claims to be full coverage and cakeless. It's going to hide dark circles and blemishes, but it's going to feel lightweight. It's not going to cake or crack, and it's going to be 24-hour waterproof long wear. That is that is a lot of claims for a concealer. I do struggle with concealing under my eyes because I've got really sort of deep set wrinkles underneath my eyes. My concealer settles in them quite badly, and if I put too much on, it can look a bit cakey with my dry skin. So I am very, very intrigued to try this out. Let's have a look at how it looks. So it's sort of a normal sized doe foot. How's the shade? Looks a little bit darker than I was expecting for a number 1 shade. I mean, a little bit goes a long way. That is full coverage. Okay, so we need to go in with not a lot of this product. I don't know if it says anything about whether it should be like a matte or a glowy finish. It doesn't seem to say, so we'll just see, but I'm not going to go in with much at all. So I'm going to put some under my eyes, and I'm going to do a bit of spot concealing as well. So I'm just going to start with not the most, because we can always go in and add some more. And I'm just going to blend this in with a beauty sponge. So I'm not sure how well you'll pick up, but on first impression, it is looking a little bit dry, a little bit patchy, a little bit cakey. It isn't mixing in too well with the foundation, so maybe it could be the primer or it could be the foundation. But on first glance, I'm not that impressed. It does have a good amount of coverage on it, so I'll give it that. Let's do a bit of spot concealing just to see what it can do. It's doing something. It is doing something. Is it doing the most? No. But it is doing something. Like, it's definitely covering up some of the leftover redness, but it's not like the most full coverage. I could probably layer it up a little bit. I'm not going to, because I don't think I need to today. So I think in terms of covering up blemishes, that's quite nice. But under my eyes, so far, I'm not a fan, but I will have to continue playing with this. If you've got dry skin and you can make this work for you, let me know how in the comments, because I do need to play around with it a little bit more before I sort of rule it out completely. So next up, going in for setting powder is a product that I've wanted to try for the longest time, and I think it's the biggest setting powder ever. I've got the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Instant Retouch Setting Powder, and I've got it in the shade Butter. Now, I've heard amazing things about this setting powder, so I'm very excited to try it and to see if it's worth the hype. The packaging is just so beautiful. You can see I've got my fingerprints on it already. That is gorgeous. A powder like this will last forever. The amount of powder I use is so little that something like this, if I use this every day, would last me months and months. So if it's a good powder, it's worth the investment. If it's not a good powder, well, let's just not talk about that. So it opens up like this, and it's just got a usual sifter. The thing that I do like though is it comes with a little stopper so that it doesn't get super messy in here. So let's have a look. I like that they've made it easy to take the plastic off. Sometimes it is near impossible to get that plastic off. So let's get a little bit in the lid. Looks like that. The colour looks good. Feels super, super finely milled. That feels really nice. That's a really good colour for me. Like, it just blends perfectly into the skin. Okay, I'm excited about this powder. So what I usually do is I smooth out my under eyes just to give my wrinkles the best chance they have. Then I'll take some powder on a smaller brush, tap off the excess, look down to make the eye area as smooth as possible, and then just press the powder in. I don't like to use too much because I don't want it to get cakey, but I need enough to try and prevent some of the inevitable creasing that I'm going to get. And then I also powder my eyelids. On first impression, guys, I am really enjoying the way this looks. It has just smoothed out my under eye, like the dryness that I was seeing. It's not gone, it's not a miracle worker, but it is looking a million times better than it was. Powders normally make a bad situation worse for me, so I am, I'm quite excited about this powder, I am not gonna lie. Let me put it on the rest of my face. I usually go in with a bit more of a fluffy brush, and again, I don't want to take too much because too much powder on my dry skin is not good, but enough to set the foundation. It hasn't set completely, which I wasn't expecting it to with it being the tinted water cream, but it's set maybe more than I'd thought it would. But yeah, let's see what this powder can do on my face. I am excited. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I am quite impressed with that powder. Like, yeah, My skin isn't looking the best it's ever looked, but to say it was looking not the best to begin with, I feel like this has not made it any worse, and it's potentially made it look a little bit better. Like, if my foundation doesn't look good, there's no hope for the rest of my face. It's just gonna be like, whatever I put on top of the bad foundation is going to make it worse. But I think it's looking really good, all things considered. Like, it looks nice on camera. You can see I've still got the blemishes peeking through, so that concealer, I'm not sure about that concealer. But, I'm excited about this powder. Powders are one of the hardest things for me to get right, so I'm hopeful. I'm very hopeful because that is a good first impression. I'm just going to put the little stopper in, which is so good because now the powder isn't just going to go everywhere. That's such a good touch. I mean, you'd hope so for the money. But yeah, I'm very excited about this so far. So next, I'm going in with another Fenty product, and it's another Fenty product that I've wanted for a very, very long time. These products are expensive, and I don't like to buy really expensive makeup. Unless it's eyeshadow palettes, I'm happy to splurge on those. But with other kinds of makeup, I get a little bit nervous about splurging. So again, I picked this up in a sale. This is the Stalk'r Instant Warmth Bronzer in the shade Sun. And yeah, again, I've wanted this for so long that when it was on sale and I had a bit of Christmas money, I was like, let me buy it. Yes, I have had these since just after Christmas. I've just been waiting to do a testing video to try them. So I've been very, very patient to not try these yet. I just love the Fenty packaging so, so much. So this is what it looks like inside. That looks like a really nice bronzer shade for me. Yeah, I think that's going to be really good. Not too dark, not too light. I can build it up, but hopefully it's not going to be like too much bronzer. So let's give this a go. I'm excited for this. Don't judge my janky broken bronzer brush. I am still on the hunt for a new bronzer brush. I'm just debating which brush to try. I want to get some new eye brushes. I'm like, do I get a big set? I'm having a debate with myself at the moment, so I did ask before if you've got any recommendations for not cheap brushes, but relatively affordable, good brushes. So keep those recommendations coming because I'm still not decided. I'm almost there. I've got a couple of options, but I haven't quite figured it out yet. But yeah, let's give this a go. This is nice. It's quite a natural shade for me, I think, actually. Like, which is good because then I can build it up. Sometimes bronzers are like, you touch your skin and it's too much and it's like, oh my goodness, I did not mean to look like an Oompa Loompa. But this looks like it's a really nice sort of natural sun-kissed shade for me. It's just giving me a bit of a healthy glow to the skin. Like you can see it's just warmed me up a bit. Ooh, I like this. I don't think bronzers are a product that you need to splurge out on. Like, you can get some really, really nice drugstore bronzers. Like at the moment, I'm really enjoying this one from Kiko. It's huge. This is the Unexpected Paradise bronzer. It might be discontinued now, but Kiko bronzers, I've got a couple in general, are just really nice and much, much more affordable. But sometimes you just want to treat yourself. Sometimes you just want to buy yourself something a little bit more expensive and splurge out and treat yourself and just feel special. But you definitely don't need to. I like that. It's a nice colour on me. It's not too much, but it's just nice and healthy and glowy. So definitely liking that. The next product I'm so excited to try. I wanted this for ages and ages, and it is the BH Cosmetics Weekend Vibes Bellini palette. This is beautiful. Just wait, it is beautiful. I am having a love affair with BH Cosmetics at the moment. Their eyeshadow palettes, the Mimosa and the Chilling in Chicago, I think it is. I love them so much, but this, oh my goodness, guys. This blush palette, look at it. Oh my goodness, it's peachy, it's pink, it's coral, it is just so gorgeous, so gorgeous. I'm so excited. What am I even going to try? Should we swatch a couple? Because let's go for Peachy Keen, Life's a Peach, and Georgia Peach. Oh, and Peach of Cake. Wow, they look so much more different on the fingers than they do in the pans. That is, oh my goodness, okay. Oh, they are pigmented. Oh, they are pigmented. Okay, so I'm going to go in with a light hand on those. I can't even get them off my hand. What am I going to go in with? I think I'm going to go in with Peach of Cake, which seems to have a little bit of shimmer in it, but it looks like it's a beautiful peachy blush. Unsurprisingly, let me get a blusher brush. Okay, yeah, a lot. Look how much has picked up. I need to really go in with a light hand because I do not want to look quite like a peach. I like a little bit of peachiness, but I don't want to look like a bright pinky orange peach. Okay, let's give this a go. Very pigmented. Very pigmented. Like, look at the difference between that cheek and that cheek. So definitely go in with a light hand. This palette will last you forever. So tapping off all the excess. That is pretty though. That is really pretty. If you love a pigmented blush, this is going to be for you. Does it smell of peaches? No. That would have been amazing. Okay, yeah. This is super pretty, but super pigmented, so just really be warned of that. This is gorgeous. I cannot wait to play with all of these shades. This really pink one will look beautiful. I just need to make sure to go in with a light hand. Oh my goodness. They do a highlighter palette like this as well that I really want to try. You'll have to let me know if you've tried out their highlighters because I very much want to. That's pretty. I just look really pretty and glowy and summery, and my straps just keep falling down everywhere. Yeah, I really like that. Now, onto highlighting, one of the best parts of makeup. I've got a highlighter that I've heard so much about to try. It's from Revlon. It's the SkinLights highlighter, and I've got it in 201 Daybreak Glimmer. So I am a little bit late to the trend with this one. It was last year that everyone was really raving about it, and I've wanted it for ages, but only picked it up recently. The colour looks beautiful. I love like a light golden champagne-y colour, but this is meant to be blinding, and I think it's going to be blinding, guys. I love a blinding highlight. Swatch it over the blushes. That's a great place to swatch it. That is beautiful. I love it. It's like a lighter gold shade, perfect for me, because if it's too gold, it's too dark on my skin. But I love the golden glowiness. Oh my goodness. And I've got so much blusher on. I just caught myself. I was like, that's a lot of blusher. That's a lot of blusher. But it's fine. It's a sunny day. Okay, let me get this highlighter on my face. I'm so excited. Take some on my brush. Tap off all of that excess. Oh, let's see. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Look at that. That is beautiful. Okay. Oh my goodness, guys. That is so pretty. Oh, I can get excited about buying the same shade of highlighter 15 times and just feel the same level of excitement every time. I don't know what it is. Don't know what it is. I've just got an addiction to the glow. That is so pretty. That is so pretty, and it's going to get even more pretty when I put a setting spray on just to melt it into the skin. You need this highlighter. That is so pretty. Look at that. It's just so gorgeous. When I get in the sun in a bit, that is going to be everything. I was worried it was going to be a bit too dark, but I think it's fine. Just look at that glow. I could just sit here in the mirror all day just catching the light on my highlighter. I am obsessed with that. That is amazing. Very, very, very excited. Okay, so let's melt everything into my skin with a setting spray. This is from Gerard Cosmetics. It's the Slay All Day setting spray, and I've got it in the scent Mango. If you know anything about me, which you guys know a lot about me, you know that I love fruity smells, especially citrus, but mango as well. I'm weird when it comes to mango. I hate fresh mango, but I love dried mango and the flavour of mango. I think it's just something about the texture of fresh mango that I can't get on board with, but dried mango, I could eat that all day. So I'm excited to give this a go. I've got just a little mini. Let's give it a smell. Oh, that's beautiful. That is so beautiful. So this is gonna, it doesn't say. Okay, it's just gonna set our makeup. I thought it might be, tell me if it was gonna be like glowy or mattifying. It doesn't, so we'll just see. So much mango. That is so refreshing on a warm day like today. If you don't like scented things, you're not going to like this because it is quite heavily scented, but it's also just such a nice, fine, refreshing mister. I really like that. I just breathed a lot in though. It definitely went up my nose. Definitely heavily scented, so just bear that in mind. I'm just going to fan it to let it all dry. I like that. Can you see how even more glowy my highlighter is now? I am glowing like you will see me from space. That looks really nice. It has just melted all the products together on my skin beautifully. Oh, I really like that, guys. Okay. We're gonna have to see how my makeup lasts throughout the day, but on first impressions, I do like that setting spray. Okay, next up, eyeshadow. I am so excited to try this. If you, I'm sorry, that was really aggressive. If you saw my video recently where I unboxed some makeup mystery bundles from Twee, one of my favourite YouTubers, you will have seen that I very luckily received a Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow palette. I have never had Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow before, and I've always wanted to try it just to see if it lives up to the hype and to the price. So when she put one in, this, why is someone mowing their lawn? That's really not great, but I also don't want to shut my window because it's hot, but it's getting louder. Okay, 1 second. Okay, we'll probably still be able to hear it, but there's only so much I can do. So yeah, when this was in the bag, well, you will have seen in the video, I was very, very excited, and I've been looking at it, wanting to try it, but you guys said you wanted to see me try it on camera, so that's what I'm doing. So I have got the Bejewelled Eyes to Hypnotise eyeshadow palette. I think this is a Christmas special, but it is still available on the Charlotte Tilbury website. It is £60, so we're gonna put it to the test and see if it's worth that price tag. The packaging on it is beautiful, like just so gorgeous and sparkly, and then inside this is what she looks like. Oh, you can see the camera there. So we've got a mixture of neutrals and some reds, pop of purple, some browns, lots and lots of sparkly shimmers. The idea with this palette is it is set looks that you can put together, but I'm kind of not about that life. I like to be more free and experiment, but it does have this Happy Glow, Love Glow, Dream Glow, and oh, helps if I can show you on camera. So this is Happy Glow, Love Glow, Dream Glow, and Seduce Glow. I'm not going to go in with anything too heavy today because I want it to be like springy and bright, so I'm thinking this shade looks beautiful. It's like a champagne-y golden shade. Yeah, I want that on my lid. It's got a bit of pink in it as well. Can you see? So I definitely want that on my lid. So yeah, I'm going to play with that shimmer shade because it looks beautiful. For my crease, I was looking for something a bit pinky, but I can't see anything. So I might go with this shade here as a transition and then deepen it up a bit with this Love Glow darker maroon pink. So yeah, let's go in and see what we can do with this £60 eyeshadow palette. So I'm just going to take a really fluffy brush to put this brown shade into my crease. Picks up a good amount on the brush. Which mirror am I going to use? I've got so many mirrors in front of me now. Shall I zoom you in a bit? Not that much. Can I come down so you can actually see what I'm doing? Okay, so let's pop this in to the crease. I'm going to do quite a simple look today because, like I said, just going to be outside in the sun. That's a really nice crease transition shade. It's blending beautifully. Oh, I like that. That's a really nice transition shade. Not too dark, but also pigmented enough. Okay, so that is what the transition shade is looking like. It's blended in really nicely. You saw I didn't use much of it at all, so you could definitely build this up into a darker, more pigmented shade, but I just wanted it to be a really light wash of colour for my transition. That's pretty. So now I'm going to go in with a little bit of this maroon shade. Again, I don't want too much colour because I want it to be quite a light look, but I want to bring a bit of the pinky red tone of that shimmer out. So I'm going to take some on my brush and I'm really going to tap it off because you can build eyeshadows up, but once you put too much on, it's quite difficult to blend it out. So I'd rather start with too little than too much. And then I'm just going to focus this on the outer of my eye. That's pigmented. So my camera decided to cut off and I only just realised. So I was saying when I got cut off that it was quite pigmented, but as you can see, I've been able to blend it out and sheer it out, so we've just got a really pretty wash of colour. I really like that when a shadow is versatile. It's not too pigmented or it's not too light. You can kind of move between depending on what you want to use it for. So I've just got like a really pretty wash of the reddy pinky maroon shade, which is perfect for what I wanted, but I also could just tell that I could build that up no problem. So now the exciting part, let's pop on the shimmer. So I think I'm just going to go in with my finger with this shimmer shade here. Just looks so beautiful, and I'm going to pop this over most of my eyelid. Oh, that's pretty. That is pigmented and pretty, and I love that you can just see the little pink particles coming through. That's really nice. Perfect for what I'm looking for today. That's gorgeous. I have heard with Charlotte Tilbury it's all about the shimmery sparkly shades, and yeah, I've not been disappointed. That's beautiful. Bearing in mind, I'm not going for a complicated look. I'm not going for a really pigmented, colourful look. I'm going for a really pretty wash of sparkle and colour. And yeah, I really like that. I'm just going to finish off with a little bit of blending and then we'll do some mascara. But I just think that's really pretty. I'll tell you what I think about the palette in a minute though. So that is the finished eyeshadow. I've just used the same sort of shades underneath my eye just to connect it all. What I would say is, you can get this same look with any other eyeshadow palette with the same colour scheme. The shimmer is probably a little bit more special, but not super more special, if that makes sense. This kind of palette is a treat for yourself. It's the same as this bronzer. You can do this with a cheaper product for sure, but it's about the experience with a product like this. It's about treating yourself, spending a little bit extra money, getting the Charlotte Tilbury name, getting the packaging, getting the shimmer that is probably a little bit more special, I'll not lie. But other than that, you don't need this unless you want it. Don't feel that you're missing out if you can't afford a Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow, because I can promise you I've got 3 or 4 palettes that can do near enough the same thing for a much cheaper price. But if you do want to splurge and treat yourself, it is beautiful and I don't think you'll regret it, but just don't feel like you're missing out if you don't have this kind of money or you don't want to spend this kind of money. Okay, so we've got lips and mascara. For mascara, I am excited because I have got a new to the market product to test. I know, I'm not very good at getting products when they first come out because I don't like spending the money. I want to watch all the reviews before I buy them, but I've got something that's relatively new to the market. I have got the new Benefit mascara, the They're Real Magnet Mascara. Magnets? in a mascara. Now I have got a mini because, as I've told you multiple times, when it comes to mascaras, I like to get minis because I have got quite a few open and it takes a while to finish them up. So I usually get a mini if I can, just to make sure that I'm not wasting the product, especially if I don't like it. At least if I get a mini, I'm not wasting as much money. I do love the packaging on this. Like, it's got a little magnet on the top. So this is meant to be a really elongating, lengthening mascara, and the magnets are meant to be the reasons. So it says it's going to give you extreme length with a powerful lift, 40% longer lashes. It's got an extender brush with magnetically charged core, which is going to draw the lashes out to extreme lengths. I mean, that is some bold technological claims. Oh, goodness me. Okay, so the brush is a really chunky plastic bristled brush. Is it even focusing for you? Is it focusing? I can't tell. There you go. So yeah, it's a really chunky plastic bristled wand. I am so picky when it comes to mascaras. Can you tell I'm just like itching to get outside and just chill in the sun? But yes, let's give this a go, because bold claims, and I'm here to put them to the test. It's always really hard to do mascara on camera, but I will try. Not really seeing much so far. I'm not seeing much at all so far. Let me just make sure I've got product on the brush. Okay, it's building a bit. It's a bit spiky. You know these plastic ones that, like, if it touches your skin, you're like, ow. I'm not sure about this, guys. Like, it's starting to do something, but have you seen how long I've been trying to put this mascara on for? I love a mascara that you just have to, like, boom, 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 done. I like a no effort mascara. I'm not rating it, I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely doing something, but it's taking a long time, a long time. Okay, so I've just done the other lash off camera and it took just as long. They're definitely looking the tiniest bit longer, but they look like they've gone a bit spidery and potentially a little bit clumpy with how much I've had to put on. Like, yeah, that took a long time to make it work. This is not my favourite. I still much prefer my Essence Lash Princess. I'm also really enjoying the L'Oreal Sky High and the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. These are the ones I'm really enjoying at the moment. And with those, I do not need to spend that much time and effort to make them work. I'm just going to pop some on my lower lashes and then we'll do some lips and we'll finish off. So that is the eyes finished. What I would say is, for Benefit mascaras, I much prefer Bad Girl Bang. I really enjoy that. This one, it's okay, but you saw it really did take a long time to get them to this stage. And I feel like if I put any more on, it's going to start to get really clumpy. So I'm not that excited by this mascara. Now, just to finish off with lipstick, I've got a new lipstick from Essence to test. Essence make the most beautiful lip products, and they've brought out, well, I don't know if it's new, but it's new to me. They've brought out a semi-shine range and I had to try it. So this is the shade 105 Be Mine, and it's just a really pretty pinky nude, and I thought that would go perfectly with what I'm wearing on my face. Let me just get any foundation off my lips, and then let's go in with this. Yeah, it's a good shade. I really like that. That's such a pretty shade for what I've got going on with my eyes. It does feel like it's going to be one of those lipsticks that you have to apply multiple times throughout the day. These kind of shiny ones that usually are. But it's got a good amount of coverage to it. It feels really nice and comfortable on the lips. I love the colour. Yeah, these are so cheap. I think they're under £3. I cannot recommend Essence lip products enough. This is beautiful. So beautiful. Okay, let me zoom out, sort out my hair, and then I'll leave you with my finishing thoughts. Hi guys, I think I said in the video that I was going to try and check in a couple of times throughout the day to let you know how the foundation is wearing. So I've only had it on for about 2 hours, but I did just wear a mask when I went round Aldi, and as you can see, it took a lot of my makeup off. Like, my lipstick is pretty much gone. It's taken a bit off my nose, but ignoring that, like, it just, everything, I hope you can see because of the natural light, everything just looks really dry and patchy, and it's not just the concealer. In fact, let me look in the mirror while I talk to you. The concealer doesn't look great, but it's not anything that much worse than I normally have. But you can see how dry it is around my nose. Like, I think this is picking up better than it did on camera. My face just looks dirty. Do you see what I mean? It's not looking great. And then my forehead, we're very close and personal right now, guys, but my forehead just looks really dry. Yeah, the concealer isn't looking great, but it kind of looks like how a lot of concealers look on me. So I do need to play around with the concealer more, but the foundation, it's just, yeah, it's just not looking good. I'm going to keep checking in, but every time I look in the mirror, I can just see more patchiness. Like, it looks awful on my nose. So this is only 2 hours in, so I will check in a couple of hours, but it's not looking good so far, sadly. Eyeshadow looks good though, looks really pretty. Hi guys, so I thought I'd do a final check-in of the foundation. You have to excuse the state of me, it is 10 o'clock at night, so I just like threw my hair up. But I thought I'd do a final check-in because the foundation's been on for about 9 hours now. I think I finished about 1 o'clock, so it's been give or take 9 hours. And you know what, I think I predicted in the video that when my skin became oily throughout the day, this foundation, or the water cream, I don't know what you'd call it. If it's, I'm going to call it a foundation, but it's a water cream. I predicted that it would look better, and it actually does. Like, when I checked in about 2 hours after I'd done it, it looked awful. It looked so dry and so cakey. You'll have seen hopefully in the video. But now, I mean, excuse the lipstick. I did change my lipstick because I took some photos, so I changed it to a pixie lipstick because I wanted some like really bright pink on my lips for the photo. So excuse the lips, but can you see? Like, my highlight is still there. But the natural oils in my skin have kind of mixed in with the foundation, and it looks a lot less cakey and dry. Like, granted, there's still dry patches, but do you remember how dry it was on my nose? It's not the same, and there's definitely still like product on my skin. It's not all disappeared. You can see there's still a good level of coverage. So it has really done better throughout the day, which leads me to believe this product is probably going to work better if you have normal to oily skin, because it looked so bad when my skin was dry earlier. But as my oils have come, like, it actually looks okay. The rest of my makeup, not so much. Like, my eyeshadow has now fully creased and gone a bit, not great, but I was outside in the sun for a few hours. My highlight is still popping. The bronzer it's there. But yeah, the eyeshadow after this amount of time hasn't lasted, but I am starting to think I've got oily eyelids, so I need to start using a primer, because I am having this trouble with eyeshadow sort of settling and creasing, but it's still there, and from afar it still looks really pretty. I can't get over how pretty that highlight looks. But yeah, I think my verdict for this foundation after a full day of wearing it is that it is going to be good for oily skin, potentially for normal skin, but if you've got dry skin, maybe not the one. Okay, so this is the look overall. I look so healthy and glowy. I definitely put too much blush on for my liking, but I can handle it. So in terms of the base, it's looking all right. I can tell it is going to get creasy throughout the day in my smile lines. It's still looking a bit dry here, but I think all things considered from where I started from, I've managed to make it work relatively well. The eyes look so pretty. They just look really like, it's like an everyday glam kind of look. Like, it's not like I could go to work wearing this, but I could also like pop on some fake eyelashes and go out wearing this. I think it just looks so pretty. And the lipstick, I am really loving the lipstick. I think my favorite products are the lipstick, the highlighter, the setting spray, and I am enjoying the eyeshadow palette. In terms of products I'm not so bothered about, the foundation I need to play with more, but at this point I'm just not sure. And the concealer, again, I need to see how it goes throughout the day, but at this point I'm not that bothered. But this highlighter, you need to go and put this in your basket right now. If you're going to buy anything from today, go and buy this highlighter. And the blush palette is beautiful, just be careful. It is super pigmented, but I just, yeah, I feel summery, I feel spring-like, I feel ready to go outside, have a couple of fruity ciders and sit in the sun. That is it for today. Thank you so, so much for watching. You'll have to let me know if you enjoy these kind of videos. I'm still not the best at putting these makeup videos together. I'm still learning, but if you enjoy them, I love, love, love doing them. So if you enjoy them, let me know and I'll keep going and I'll keep learning and I'll keep getting better. I'm still very zoomed in. Still very zoomed in. But if there's any makeup in particular that you'd like me to test, let me know, because you know me, I'm always up for buying some new makeup. Everything that I've tried today will be linked below. So if there's anything that you want to pick up, I do have those links there for you. Some of them are affiliated, so if you use my links, thank you so, so much. I really appreciate it. And let me know in the comments if there's anything that you're planning to pick up, because I would love to hear your thoughts. Let me know what you think of the look overall and of the products. Did you agree with me? Have you tried them and had a different experience? Let's have a chat in the comments, because I would love to hear. Thank you so, so much for watching. I'm going to go and sit in the sun and have the best time, and I will see you next time. Bye!